Hello, everyone. It's William here and Len. Thank you all for joining us here at Allegory Gallery. Andrew is at home working on polymer clay. We have an event in Johnstown. It's Pride in Johnstown this Saturday. So Andrew's working on some nice polymer clay stuff. We'll see how it comes out. If it comes out, you never know. Fingers are all crossed. So he's not going to join us. He might join us in the chat. Sometimes he pops up in the chat, but he's not going to be here with us. But I do see Kimberly here. I'm looking. That's why I have to look over here for comments. Kimberly's here. Marianne is here. Len just joined us on the chat too.
Hello.
If you're out there, please say hi. Let me know you're here so I'm not talking to no one, to space. I know some of you are here. Thank you for being here. We've been busy today. We've been very busy from the moment we got up. Len and I have been here at the cottage working on packing and shipping. They've been helping me a lot with that. Then they're doing some experiments in the metal studio.
Yes, I had a ring from my mom, and there's not really any sentimental attachment to it, but it was uncomfortable with the ring, so I cut it into 3 pieces, and I'm trying to solder it all together to make a pendant. Fingers crossed.
It's gone under the heat, and we're waiting to see what has happened. Jen's here. Hello, Jen. Hopefully your eye is doing well, and everything's healing properly. Yeah, life is lifing today. I wish I had more to say, but I know that a lot of you got some shipping notifications between yesterday and today and the day before, whatever that was. I don't know what day it is. So lots of stuff heading out to y'all, and happy about that. We have Pride on Saturday. We have our creative make-along. I always hate to get into too much of this stuff before people filter in, but we'll do a wrap-up at the end too to let people know. We have our creative make-along on Friday. That's tomorrow, everybody. How is it Friday? I don't know, but it's tomorrow. Creative make along tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. So 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. And that's on Zoom. So you've got to download the Zoom app. If you don't have the Zoom app on your computer or on your phone or on your tablet, download it, get ready for it, hang out with us and make things. There's no rules in the creative make along. You can come and make stuff. You can come and hang out. You can come and organize your space. I guess the only rule is you got to be nice. You got to come and be nice. And we know the AG Beat fam is. So we have that going on. But before that, the exciting news is Andrew has some new pendants coming out. His Golden Hour series of pendants is being released tomorrow before the Creative Make-Along at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on allegorygallery.com. You have to visit the website to get that, allegorygallery.com. All right. Donna's here. I see Donna here. Thank you so much. Andrew's popping up in the chat too. He says, plus my enamel pendants will debut tomorrow. Yep, just getting to it. And he says, you have to have your areas covered. Please have your areas covered, everybody. Andrew's gotten some pictures sometimes without areas covered for jewelry sales. Cover your areas. But you can wear pajamas. You can wear whatever you want as long as areas are covered. Susie's here. Hello, Susie. Thanks for joining us. Jennifer says follow-up visit today was a-okay. Good. That's good progress. So yeah, allegorygallery.com. If you did not sign up to our email list, you don't know what's happening. So join our email list. Go to our website, join our email list there. I sent out an email just a few moments ago at about 10 after 7, letting people know about the Creative Make-Along and the drop for Andrew that's happening tomorrow. Beautiful pendants. If you have not checked out Andrew's Facebook page and his Instagram, he gave a sneak peek at the pendants. They are lovely enamel pendants. with some fine silver foil that he works some magic alchemy stuff, and it turns the silver foil to look golden. So they're really pretty. He's called the series the Golden Hour pendants, and they will debut at 7 p.m. tomorrow. Tomorrow, I will be at the shop in Johnstown. So if you're in Johnstown tomorrow, come visit me. You can also visit us on Saturday at Pride. Andrew may be in the shop during Pride. I don't know. He's going to see what's going on. He might be down there with me. He might be at the shop. He might be at home. We may close the shop. So we don't know yet. But if you are local and you're planning to come to the shop on Saturday, if that was your like big plan, please check our Facebook page before you come. You can also text message us on our phone line, and if we do not reply back to you, we're closed. So that's another way you can do that too. So that is Friday, Saturday. I think Sunday I will just be at the shop. I don't think there's anything major going on. Len is departing from us on Sunday. So that's happening. But other than that, I think Sunday's a fairly low key day. We'll be done with Pride. Um, and Andrew will have made whatever creations he's making. And if there's anything left, I'm sure we'll put them online for y'all if you want any. Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I'm forgetting, but that was our day. Andrew is making us halushki tonight, which for those of you who don't know is cabbage and noodles. Cabbage and noodles is halushki. And what else did we get? Halushki, pierogies. We're having pierogies and halushki. Um, very my people kind of meal. So we are having that tonight for dinner. I am looking forward to it. I love cabbage and noodles so much. So looking forward to that tonight. Let's see, who am I missing? Oh, Susan just joined us. Hello, Susan. Thanks for joining us. Kimberly put up that allegorygallery.com link. Thank you so much, Kimberly. The Andrew's drop collection is right on the homepage. I've moved it to the homepage. I've changed the description so that it's updated for the dates tomorrow. And hopefully you all love these pendants. I love them. They're really beautiful and worked really hard on them. For a long time, he was telling me, well, not for a long time, he just kind of started working with this process. And he told me that it was so much work that he was not going to continue working on it. And then he came out with, there's going to be, I think, 15 beautiful pendants. I don't know if he's going to keep working on this or not, but he's got 15 of them, and they'll be available tomorrow. Let's see, who am I missing? Who's saying? Norma joined us. Hello, Norma. Thank you for joining us. Says, hello, everyone. Running a little late. It's okay, Norma. It's all right. We're just hanging out, talking about the Creative Make-Along on Friday, Andrew's Drop on Friday, Johnstown Pride on Saturday. Lots of stuff going on. Everybody's saying hi, 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 hi. Andrew says, I don't make it like how your people do. I don't know what that means, but people make halushki in a lot of different ways. And I'm sure it'll be delicious, however it's made. Cabbage and noodles pretty much can't go wrong. Yeah, so that's what we're having for dinner. What are y'all having for dinner? Oh, Andrew says the purchase, yeah, that's a good point. The purchase of his pendants will help us get a dumpster. What a thing to aspire to, right? A dumpster, y'all, but we need one. So with the purchase of his pendants, if we sell over half of his pendants, hopefully we can afford a dumpster. And we'll be able to throw out so much of the stuff that we've been cleaning from our house and from the 3 or 4 shop moves that we've made over the years that are just hanging out in the garage, to finish help paying for my class. There's a lot of stuff that that will be used for. So if we sell out at least over half, If we sell out them all, that's even better. But we will definitely be using that money toward those things. Susan says, I'm planning on being at the Creative Make-Along, straightened my workspace a bit, nothing crazy, and gathered together things for 2 projects. Awesome. Awesome. Who else is joining us for the Creative Make-Along? I hope you'll all join us. Those of you who are watching, who has already joined us for a Creative Make-Along, and who plans to join us tomorrow? Let me know in the comments. If you have already joined, please let the other people know how much fun it is. It's one thing for me to say that I enjoy it and it's a lot of fun, but it's something that we're hosting. So of course the host is going to say, it's a lot of fun, come join us. But if you've ever had fun at the Creative Make-Along, or you've ever enjoyed the Creative Make-Along, please let people know in the comments how much fun it is and how much you like to do it. Marianne had lentils, onions, and corn in faux broth. That sounds good. That sounds good and healthy. Good and healthy. Sometimes when somebody says it sounds healthy, that doesn't mean it sounds good. That sounds good and healthy. Donna went to a luncheon, so had cereal with honey and banana tonight for supper. What'd you have for lunch at the luncheon? That sounds like the deal right there. Cereal with honey and banana. I don't think I've ever had cereal with honey other than like Honey Smacks or something that already had honey. Um, I've never added honey to my cereal. What cereal are you adding honey to? Um, I have added bananas. I used to love adding bananas to my cereal. Sometimes I would just pour milk and put bananas floating in the milk and have bananas and milk, which seems weird, maybe, but it was pretty good. It was pretty good. My cousin used to do that, and I got kind of hooked on that when I was younger. Um, Norma's saying hi to everybody. Marianne will be there at the Creative Make-Along. Good, Marianne. Good. Can't miss another one. Kimberly says, me and me. Good, good. Susan says, we had bada bing sandwiches. That means slice. I was going to just ask, what is that? That means sliced tomatoes, fresh basil or basil, fresh mozzarella chunks tossed with red wine vinaigrette dressing, served on hoagie rolls. That sounds really good. That's pretty much like a caprese, right? Other than red wine vinaigrette instead of a balsamic, and served on hoagie rolls. That sounds delightful. Why is it called Bada Bing? Is that like a real name or is it something y'all made up? Jen says, me, and I've attended 3 times. It's been a great get together and community. Good. I'm glad you like it. We're glad when you all can attend and hang out and make stuff together. Marianne said it's a lot of fun. Good. Norma will also be joining the Creative Make-Along. Always fun, and I'm sad anytime I have to miss it. I'm glad you get to join us again too, Norma. Kimberly says, I won't miss one if I can help it. I love it. Good. I'm glad. That makes me happy. Going to an art reception tomorrow evening, but hopefully we'll be able to join the make-along before it ends, says Susan. And hello, Susan. I miss saying hi, I think. I've loved each one I've attended. Good. Yeah, we always get into interesting conversations and chats, and it's a lot of fun, I think. So if you have not joined a Creative Make-Along, we hope you will, and hope you'll hang out with us. It's a lot of fun. Marion says, I think my lentils needed a little more cooking, LOL. Lentils always need longer than you think. I feel like lentils can take a huge amount of time to cook for as like thin and small as they are. Marianne had mentioned something about when Andrew was talking about, oh yeah, Marianne says no see-through negligees though. Yeah, don't do that. And Susan says, Marianne, rest assured I'll be wearing proper clothing. That's funny. Susan said to Susan, that sounds like fun. What kind of art are you seeing? Donna had ham sliders, barbecue sliders, pasta salad for the luncheon. I eat a crunchy honey oat cereal and use local honey to sweeten my cereal instead of sugar. That's awesome. I've never thought about doing that. May's here, trying to type without readers. Oh no. Welcome, May. Thanks for hanging out with us. Susan says the Durham Art Guild, so lots of different kinds of art. Nice. May says I'll try to contribute as much as I can. Awesome. Jen says I didn't always make something at the make-alongs. Once I was in my car before traveling home. Yeah, you just hung out in the car listening, and that's okay. You can do that too. But it is nice when people can make things. Andrew says it's a good time to ask questions too. That's a good point. If you have had questions about how to make something or how to finish something, there's a lot of knowledgeable people who come to the creative make-alongs, and you can get answers or at least suggestions. Lots of suggestions, lots of help. So if you have questions about how to put something together, or you've been like, what matches what, I know Jen has taken advantage of this before, asking if we think this goes with that or that goes with this. A number of people have asked technical questions, so please come and ask your questions, and maybe somebody will be able to help, give you some inspiration or insight. Let's see here. Sue says, yes, it is, William. The name comes from a similar sandwich named Bada Bing that was served at a local coffee house. Nice. I like that. The package says 20 to 25 minutes, not enough time for sure for those lentils, says Marianne. No. 20 to 25 minutes, unless they're pre-cooked. I don't, maybe pressure cooked in 20 to 25 minutes. Sue says they use crusty ciabatta, which is too chewy for the hubs. Ciabatta is a chewy bread, right? Like chewy. Yeah. We had soup yesterday, talking about bread. We had soup and I got some little mini baguettes, like I think they called them demi baguettes, but they were sourdough and they were pretty good. It was okay. I got it at Walmart. It wasn't any special bread, but they were good enough. And I put butter on it, and the soup was delicious. And Andrew made a good soup, so we had that and bread. And I had 2 big bowls full, and it was good. That's what we had last night. Andrew says, I mean, y'all can do what you want. I'm not going to yuck your yum, but just know I can't control my face. LOL. Andrew cannot control his face. You will know by Andrew's face. Jen says, I did get some good tips on how to construct my necklace from the fam. That's right. That's right. Sue says, yes, somewhat chewy. Yeah, it is. Yeah. I don't eat a lot of ciabatta. We don't eat a lot of ciabatta. I don't know why, but we don't. We usually get like a French bread or an Italian loaf when we're getting something like that, and eat that. I was gonna get like a multi-grain, like big grain chunk loaf, but we have to watch because Andrew can't have certain types of like oats and things, and sometimes they build those in. So I just got the sourdough. It was good. It's good. Jen says, what kind of soup did you make, Andrew? He made, not to answer for him, but he made a soup with potatoes from, well, he called it Mennonite soup because all the stuff came from the Mennonite farm stand. So cabbage and veggies and potatoes. And he got a really, I don't know what, it was a little bit spicy. He got a really hearty soup. It was kind of like a beef hearty kind of soup. But there was no beef in it. Andrew kept saying, he's like, this would be really good with beef. And it would have. It was super hearty. And I don't know how he got like that intense kind of flavor from it all. Marion says I prefer crusty bread. I was looking for crusty bread for the soup. Walmart had no bread that was in any way crusty. I looked all over, but they did not have anything. And so we went with the baguettes, the demi baguettes. Um, or Susan says it's still too hot for soup here unless it's something like gazpacho. Oh, not here. Not here. It's 66 degrees here right now. It is chilly outside. Um, the high was 68 today. It is 89% humidity, which it does not actually feel like that. I feel like outside. It feels a little, but because it is so cool, it's 66. It does not feel like almost 90% humidity. It's actually really nice. A little chilly. Like I'm sitting here. I don't want to tell you, I almost turned on the heater a little bit over here. Because I'm actually like I'm in a short sleeve shirt and the cottage, we've been keeping it cool here as much as we can during the humid summer to keep things dry, mostly keep the air conditioners running to keep stuff dry. And I'm chilly. I'm very chilly right now. I have goosebumps because it's cold for me. Because I'm used to it being hot and now it's suddenly 66 degrees. And the outside temperature is affecting the inside temperature here too. We had a lot of rain today. A massive amount of rain has been coming through. We had many flood watches and warnings today. Um, and we had rain up until about 6 o'clock or so, all day long. It's been raining. So luckily we're okay here. No issues. We didn't have any dripping here at the cottage anywhere that I could see or hear. But the yard is wet. The yard is very wet, and yeah, it was kind of a gentle rain all day though, so that's kind of nice. Um, Jen says, "Oh yeah, Lancaster had a tornado warning today. That's not great. That's not great at all. We had one of those. What was it? Monday? Can't remember. I think it was Monday. We had a tornado warning. Severe tornado. Like they were like, take cover now. My phone hardly ever goes off. Like I don't have those alerts generally, or they pushed one through that made my phone actually make noise. That they thought it was such a important warning to get through. And I can't remember the last time my phone actually did that. So, yeah, but we ended up with just some rain. Not even a lot of wind, thank goodness. Dark skies, lightning, thunder, rain, but no tornadoes, at least not through Ligonier. Andrew said, it's nice out. I've got the windows open. Our neighbors got a chance to learn about romantasy. Andrew's listening to his books, his audio books, nice and loud for the neighbors. Cindy at Bee Karma is here. Hello, Cindy. Thanks for joining us. I hope you're doing well today. What are you up to? What's dinner? What's dinner look like for you? What's your weekend? What's everyone's weekend look like? If you're not coming to visit us, what are you doing this weekend? Um, yeah, what's up? We have Pride on Saturday. Sunday, I'm going to be at the shop. Andrew says, I hope they enjoyed it, right? Susan says it got down to 87, dry with the dew points around 68. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. From what you've been having, right? The dry 87 is much better than a wet 87, right? Um, Andrew says, I mostly just organized my work area. Yeah, there was a lot of organizing. We cleared out the living room, which is oftentimes a painting space for Andrew. It's where he does a lot of his painting. And a lot of that came and moved out into the dining room, which is where Andrew does his polymer clay creation. So he had a lot to kind of reorganize. We moved some shelving out, and then we moved some shelving in and moved things around the kitchen and dining room area. It's really the dining, I call it the kitchen because it's all one big space, but the dining room area. And so I know he probably had a lot of work to do before he could just sit down and work on polymer clay today. Um, Cindy said, so far dinner is tater tots, and this weekend is my granddaughter's birthday party. She's a big 10. Ooh, that's a big age. That's going to be fun. Hopefully you have a great time and hopefully you have great weather for the weekend, I hope. Marion is working 5 hours on Saturday and 8 on Sundays, so naps may be in order. We, it's a lot for you. I know you said you were getting some kind of new schedule. Is that better? Is that a better schedule? Um, Susie's here. Hello, Susie from Florida. The heat index was over 100 today. I'm so jealous of your temperatures. I'm kind of jealous of our own temperatures. Like I just said the other day that I would love to be in the 60s, the high 60s, and that's what happened today. So I'm going to say for you all, I wish for you all to be in the low 70s, high 60s. We'll send that energy out and see what happens, right? But not if it takes it away from me. Sorry, I'm selfish that way. I want my 60s. I like that. I like this weather. Um, high 60s. Low 60s would be downright cold right now. I'm already in here shivering. Susan may be getting breakfast tomorrow, followed by grocery shopping. Saturday evening, we have an author event. Awesome. That's cool. Um, who's coming? What book do they have? Um, Susie's probably working this weekend. Me too. Not probably, definitely. Andrew says it feels like a fall day. I love it. I know it does feel like fall. I could have used without about half the rain, but it's not too bad. But the yard is soaking wet outside right now here at the cottage. Um, Marion says it is actually glad to be done no later than 3:30. Oh, good. That's good then. Cindy says mid 60s is how it is at my house all the time. I need some sun, please. Yeah, it's been gray. It's been gray. After the rain though today, I saw the sun peek out for like the last hour of the day here. So that was kind of nice, but I didn't see much of it because we've been inside. Andrew says, yeah, I don't love the rain, makes me sleepy. Yeah, I've been a little bit I'm ready. I'm ready. We're gonna finish the live. I'm gonna pack up the packages to take them in the morning before I run up to the shop. I'll drop them off at the post office, and I'm kind of ready for a night in, eating some good halushki and pierogies, and kind of trying to get to bed before 3 a.m. Last night I tried to get to bed before 3 a.m. It didn't work. The night before, I tried to get to bed before 3 a.m. It didn't work. And I have to be up earlier to get to the store tomorrow. So I have to go to bed earlier. Um, Last night, I was eating, I was watching a little bit of TV, and then Andrew came home after us, and I we decided to watch a show. We watched, I think, the last episode of the newest Game of Thrones show, which I forget the name of the show. Um, and I don't know, for that being for the last episode of the season, I don't know about that. I was like, you sure there's not another one coming? Um, but Andrew said it's the last one. So that was what we did last night. And then we discussed House of the Dragon. Yes, House of the Dragon. Thank you, Andrew. And then we discussed his pendants and the things for putting them online and talked about pricing and all that. And then before I knew it, it was 3 o'clock in the morning. And I don't know how that happened because the last time I had looked at the clock before that, it was about 11:30. And I was like, I got time. I can chill out a little bit. And then suddenly it's 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm waking up at 10 again, which I slept in. Um, I keep telling Len, we're going to get up around 10. We're going to leave around 11. I don't know that we've left before 11:30 any day because I've definitely not stuck to that schedule. Um, but we have been working late. Um, and we were all working the night before until about 3 o'clock in the morning. So, um, yeah, that was, we've been pulling long hours here, y'all. Um, You come visit us, we put you to work, apparently. So that's what we're doing. And then, what was the show you were just talking about? We watched House of the Dragon, and now we're watching, I can't remember. I'll have to think about it. We watched House of the Dragon. Last episode came out, what, yesterday or day before? I don't know when. We finally caught episode 8. And just saying, that's, I don't know about ending the season that way. But I guess that's what they did. Let's see here. Susan says the author is Devin O'Shea, and the event covers his new book, The Veiled Prophet's Secret Societies. That sounds interesting. That sounds really interesting. That should be a cool event then. So hope you have fun there. I hope you have fun anyway, but it does sound like a cool event. We are also watching, we were talking about Best Medicine. We were going to watch another episode of that, but we wanted to finish the House of the Dragons series and kind of, well, at least season, and get that done. So we did that last night. Maybe tonight will be some Best Medicine, or I don't know. We'll see. I've been watching Night Court too. That's about it. But Len has not seen the first episode of Best Medicine.
Nope.
So we haven't been watching that because we don't want to be. We could rewatch the first episode, and maybe we'll see, or maybe we'll start something new. Who knows? Maybe we won't watch any, and we'll just go to bed. I don't know. That could be. Len doesn't believe me. I don't believe me either. Marianne says, I watched the first episode of My Brilliant Career. How'd you like it? We did binge that. We did binge that. So yeah. So that is yeah. That's what we've been up to. So let's flip this camera around. Thank you all for being here. Boy, these numbers are fluctuating today. At one point I had 20 people watching, then it went down to 11, then it went back up to 18. Now it's at 13. It's like wildly fluctuating today. So if you're out there, say hi, activate those numbers. Sometimes they stop working if you don't talk. So talk, everybody. Leslie's here. Hello, Leslie. Thank you so much. Cindy says, don't you say anything. Anything about what? What don't I say anything about? I say a lot about a lot of things. I'm not going to give any spoilers though to anyone about any of these TV shows. So no, I don't say anything. Not giving the spoilers. All right, let me flip this around and let's take a look at what we've got. First, I'm going to show you, I went to my pottery class yesterday and I got something back. So I'm going to show you all this. There we go. Look, it's right there. It's ready for you. Look what I got back, y'all. I got this back. I like this one a lot. It's green. Of course, I like it a lot. But it's also got some blue and some yellow in there. A little bit of light colors. And so this is my newest piece. One of my newest pieces, I should say. The other one, a kiln shelf fell on, unfortunately, and cracked part of it. And so I was going to bring it back, but then my teacher sometimes does mosaic stuff and said that she could, I asked her if she could use it for mosaic stuff, and she said yes. So I said, just keep it. It did not come out how I wanted anyway. So I was not sad. I think she was so worried I was going to be upset, and I was completely, she's like, that's not the reaction I expect. I'm like, whatever. And then I got back some of my newest dishes. And the dishes, remember how I was talking a little bit about I was doing a new way of doing things and I wanted to see how it was going to come out. They came out exactly how I didn't want them to come out. And I threw them on. I'm like, this is trash. And she's like, that's what I thought the reaction was going to be. So I'm clear coating my little dishes that I did. and we'll see what they look like when they're completely done. But I don't have much hope for them to look like what I wanted them to look like. So we'll see what they end up looking like and what I do with them. Um, so, oh, Leslie says that's really nice, William. Jen says, love that vessel. Oh, that's awesome, says Susan. Thank you so much. Love this piece, says Marianne. That turned out well. Pretty greens. Thank you, Marianne and Norma. May says, oh, cool, William, with green piece. Not about the cracked one, right? Craig has joined us. Hello, Craig. Welcome. Says love them. Thank you so much. So this is this piece. If you haven't seen some of my other pieces, look, I got paper. Look what I do. I use these for my papers. I made this piece. And so I have this one and this one, and I have, which we're already storing things in, this one. And I don't think I'm going to sell this one. This one, I don't think anybody's going to want. But I have this one too. These are my latest pieces. And these three, at least, I'm going to put on the website for sale. This one, I don't know that I'm going to do anything with. It's kind of a weird piece. I think it'd make a nice vase though for a lot of like bigger fall flowers or something, maybe. So we'll see. But these ones will go on the website for sale. I'll probably try maybe and get those up on the website before Andrew's drop. Well, during Andrew's drop, just so that they're there if anybody wants to grab those as well. Andrew says, I kind of want to do something fun tomorrow. Well, isn't that nice? Andrew says, maybe Len might go with me to Moon and Mug Coffee. Sounds like Len likes that idea. Well, so fancy for you all while I'm working. Go stop in and see our friends at Moon and Mug Coffee in Johnstown. Maybe you can go to Vita Verde and get us some food. That would be nice. Bring me some lunch. How about that? Susan says, I like the oddball pieces. What's the oddball pieces? The ones with the little balls on them or the weird shaped ones? I don't know which one. And then check out Chameleon Books. Oh, Andrew's going to take you on a tour of Johnstown downtown. I'm sure you'll go to George's record shop too without me while you're just making the rounds. Susie says, I love them all. Thank you so much. I'm glad people like them. So I'll get those up on the website for sale probably tomorrow during the day. I'll add them. So look out for those if you're interested in any of my stuff. I still have a lot of stuff on the website right now. And I'm working on a few new things too. So stay tuned. Marion says, Len deserves some fun. So go for it, Andrew. I know. We've had Len working. So got to have a little bit of fun in there, right? There's a dance party tomorrow night, but we have the make along. Yes, we do. Susan says the weird shaped ones, especially. I like the weird shaped ones too. Like, I love this piece. When I showed it the last time, uh, I almost had no reaction from people to it. So I was like, I think people hate it. They just don't want to tell me they do. And so I was like, that's all right. I know it's weird, but this is actually one of my favorite pieces lately. I really, really do like it. Oh, no. Did it crack?
No.
No, at least it didn't crack.
Yeah.
You can try again, but
you can show my failure.
show the failures. We like showing failures too. So Len has, this is the ring, and it was a ring, right?
Yeah.
And then it was like, a real ring. And then Len took it apart, and the idea was to solder it in this fashion with a jump ring or a bail like that. And it didn't work. So they're gonna have to try it again.
Me. He wasn't here. It's all my fault. don't blame Andrew.
No. Let's see here. Dance parties at Lamb Cakes. Oh yeah, they have been having a dance party. But it does end at like 9 or something like that, or 10. So we would never get up there in time. Jen says, I think someone would love that big green vase-like piece. Maybe put it in the store for display. It will be harder to ship. Yes, that's one of the other problems, is this would be pretty big to ship for me, because we work with small boxes, not big boxes. So yeah. Uh, says Jen, I agree, it would be difficult to ship safely. Yes, it would, Susan. Marion says, I do prefer the blue piece. This one. This is one of my favorite. These are all I've really enjoyed getting back to doing some of my little drawing weird kind of, shapes and things. Just kind of taking a break from some of the other stuff and the more exploratory stuff, and just kind of making graphical things again. Let's see here. Nice idea, Len, says May. Andrew says, I just chased off a cat trying to sniff around the girls. Oh boy, we don't need any pee parties. We've been trying to keep the house pee party free. But dance parties sounds fun, says Susan. Yes, a dance party would be fun. That would be fun. Susie's asking, is it a white cat with gray markings? I saw a white cat with gray markings the other day. I also saw like an orange and white cat the other day. Keep coming around. Girls are bringing all the cats to the yard out here. That's what happens when you open the windows in the house, right? Things get a little wild. All right, so we're going to start today. And we're going to start with a few things that Len brought. And the reason Len brought them is to help with gas money. Len drove all the way here from Virginia and has to drive back. So she asked if we could do a little bit of something to sell some stuff to help compensate for some of the gas money. And we said, of course. So we are going to show you some of these things. Len made a kit, and then we have some spacers that she had around, and we are going to take a look at those because we know you love spacers. And then I think we've got a pendant.
Yeah.
So we're going to do that. This will help. We'll forward that money over to Len, and that will help with gas getting back. So if you want to help her out, you can grab these first, five? First 5 lots that we're going to look at today. Andrew said, it's white with orange, brown stripes and patches. Yeah, that's the one I've been seeing. Andrew says, I hope we make money in the drop so we can do your pottery studio. That money's stretching pretty far right now. But yes, there's if we do really well in the drop, we might be able to get a dumpster, cover some of the remaining balance for my class, and also do a little bit of renovating for the pot. It'll be a start anyway to the renovating of the pottery studio. We need to get a few more lights. We need to we have a pretty good structure for some shelving that's there. It has like 2x4s, and the structure is there, but the actual shelving was done out of particle board, and they're really starting to sag or like get puffy. When they get wet or humid, the particle board starts to expand. So it's starting to do that. And so if we get the dumpster, we will be able to take those shelves out and dump them. And then we'll be able to, if we make a little bit more, as Andrew said, get some boards to replace those ones in the framing of the shelving that's already there. So it won't be much. We just need a few boards. And so Susan says, cat dance party serving catnip and seafood appetizer. I know, right? Jen says it's magical money. I need some of that magical money. That's what I need. I like the idea of magical money, y'all. So we're gonna get some boards for the shelves. Dumpster first, says Marion. Yes, we definitely need the dumpster first. Lindsay announced she's leaving Touchstone. It's the end of an era. Andrew says, yes, I saw that. I saw that on Facebook. Actually saw that in their email today. I saw the email first, and then they posted on Facebook about it. Jen says, I love when you guys give me tangible reasons to buy AG goodies. Yeah, we always like, we like to keep you all posted of why you're supporting us. I know some of y'all just like to do it, and we appreciate that. But sometimes it's also nice for you to know actually where the money is going. And we try 100%, we try to get the money exactly where we say it's going. Sometimes other things come up and it goes somewhere else, but we do have intentions for everything that we do. But as you know, sometimes life throws you a curveball. So, but we are planning, we're trying to get a dumpster with this money, renovate the basement for my pottery studio, which means buy some shelves, some wooden boards to make shelves out of, really, and pay off the rest of my balance for my class. Mostly the lunch and materials fee. All right. What do we got? First thing first is this, and we said we were going to do this. It was 26. Len said we'll give you a deal today. So it's a little deal of $24 instead of 26. This is the first thing that Len has created, and it's a beautiful kit. We all know you like kits. Len has been buying kits from us for a very long time. She knows you also like our kits. So there are 5 of these available. So if you'd like to claim any of these, they're $24 each. There are 5 of them available. Let's start with these since we got these in here. We've got the Moonglow Lucite in here. These beautiful kind of these remind me of those cherry candies we get at Dollar General. They're really good, y'all. They're probably terrible for you, but these will be better for you. These are beads. Put these in your stash. Moonglow Lucite are those. And we've got some shell here. These beautiful shell drops. And you get 2 of those. These are shell as well. So you get the shell, smaller center drill coins. You get those. This is like designing already. Look at that. Boom. And then these vintage lucite bead caps. You get 2 of those. And then you get, now you said this is from the 30s?
No, it's 1910s.
1910s. A button, vintage plastic, right? Or is it glass?
No, it's vintage glass.
Vintage glass.
But I glued the crystals in them.
Vintage glass from 1910s. Len added the crystals, and you get 1 of those. Then you're going to get, this is vintage German glass. And these are, what did they call these? Interlocking tulips. So they look like this. Interlocking tulips. And then if you want to interlock them, they look like this, which is really cool. So you can use them just like this if you want to, or you can interlock them and use them like this. So you get a strand of those. And as you can see, that strand was $8 anyway. And then you get this bag. I'm going to dump these in with these for now. This is a vintage Czech. Whoa. Vintage Czech glass drukes. Look at those colors, y'all. Beautiful colors. You get the whole bag of those. And you get this coral shaped. Now, this is vintage lucite. No, not vintage.
I think it's more modern.
Modern. And it's a resin, right? Or a lucite?
Yeah.
Yeah. Resin lucite pendant. And 1 of those. And then you're going to get a tube of you said vintage Venetian on these, right? Vintage Venetian, the silver cord seed beads. So you get a tube of those. and then you're going to get a tube of the Pewdies in the gold color. And so you get all of that for $24. It is AB1. If you would like to purchase these, send us an email with AB1 in the subject line and send that to info@allegorygallery.com. If you'd like to purchase more than one, just put AB1 times 2, for example, in the subject line. If you would like to take notes for yourself of what you are requesting, in the body of the email, you can write anything. You can write kit, you can write red, black, white kit, whatever you want to do. Those are your things for you. We just need AB1 in the subject line. If you do send us an email, you are promising to take it. No takebacks. And we will invoice you via Square at the end of the evening is usually when I invoice, once I do the spreadsheet. Please note, if you are watching this in a replay, you can only get these first 5 lots from Len through Saturday. So Len is leaving on Sunday. After that, these are no longer available. So if you're watching the replay, these are good through Saturday. And if you're trying to make the decision, if you're getting it, then you have until Saturday. All right. AB1, $24. That's really a lot of good vintage stuff and modern stuff, but lots of good vintage stuff for $24. I think that's a very reasonable price. We'd probably price it a little more. So there you go. Andrew says, and since Len is here for a short time, please pay promptly. Yes, that's important too. Let's see. What is everybody saying? Boards, lights, and some paint down there. Says Andrew. Marion says, my cats did get the liquid from my canned salmon as an appetizer. Nice. That's good. That's good. I picked up little churu. They make these little churu bowls, and they're like these little dome things, and they're little meals for cats now, and I picked those up as snacks for our cats yesterday. Andrew says, I deeply appreciate Lindsay. She believed in me to join the board and walk me through the process. She has also helped me grow my teaching practice and helped us activate the shop in Johnstown. Yeah, Lindsay's a great person. We're sad to see her go, but we are glad that she is moving on to, she said she's excited to get back into her own studio. I think she's been missing doing her own artwork. And I can't wait to see what comes out of that. Let's see here. Vivian's here. Hello, Vivian. Says, hello all. Just sat for a bit. I'm at the Sawdust Festival in Laguna Beach. Lots of beautiful artwork. Nice. That's awesome. Jen says, Len, what an inspiring kit. Susan says, I love seeing wonderful art displayed at art shows. So much creativity. Andrew says, that way Len can get the money for gas before she goes. That's right. That's right. All right. So let's go ahead and move this over. AB2. We've got 8 of these. We're doing these at $3. $3. Oops, I need the dollar sign. $3 each. 8 of them available. These are tubes of Pewdies in golden color. And Mace's cool kit Len. And these Pewdies look like this. So these are beautiful little spacers. And you get a tube of them. Let's see if I get these back in now. The tube of them, good. For $3 each, 8 of them available. AB2. $3 each, 8 of them available. AB3, $3 on these, 2 of them available. Oops. Oh no. All right. This is AB3. Are these Pewdies? Jen says, "Oh, I will have to try those churro bowls. My cats do not get the concept of squeezable sticks. They just looked at it until it dripped on the floor, then they licked it. I just put it on the plate. I squeeze it out onto the. So usually when we get the sticks, I feed them their meal, and then I squeeze the churro around the rim of the plate, and they lick it off of there. That's how I give them their churro sticks. These are really cool. I like these a lot. These little spacer beads, AB3, $3 each for the tube. And there are 2 of them, only 2 of these available. I know a lot of y'all grabbed these spacers from us. These are really cool. These are ones we've never had. So I'm glad Len brought them. Never had these before. And y'all have grabbed, I know, a lot of the different ones from us before. AB4. We've got these. Ooh, I like these. So we're doing these at $5. $5 a tube. 10 tubes available. And this is a big tube. Let's see here. And they look like these. Beautiful golden spacers. 10 tubes available at $5 per tube. Those are the big tubes. We don't usually sell big tubes of beauties like that. Chef's kiss for churro presentation. I know, right? You got to keep their appetites about them. All right. AB5, the last thing that Len brought. So if you've been waiting to see what all there are, this is the last thing. And what are we pricing on this one?
That's up to you.
Up to me? That's not up to me. That's up to you.
No.
I don't know either.
It's gold plated and there's fluorite on an agate slice.
You think
Okay.
that?
Sure.
Okay. She made me go down, y'all. Went way down, y'all.
Apparently I'm bad at this.
I don't know. I don't know. This is so this has fluorite. That almost looks like, is that garnet too?
I think they're all fluorite.
Are they all fluorite? Because that almost looks like a garnet, but definitely fluorite here. Then you've got this beautiful druzy slice. Look at that. And then you've got, this is gold plated as well. So this is a beautiful pendant. Only $24. I was going to price it at 36, y'all. So this is, Kimberly says that is spectacular. So there it is. $24 only instead of 36. Just saying. Oh, this already just sold. Thank you so much. I didn't even have to give sizing. We sold one of the AB1s as well. So that has sold. Thank you so much. And so that means we have 4 of the AB1s still available. We have all of the Pewdie spacers still available. I'm really surprised at that. Of all the things, I thought those were going to be what sold the most, because y'all usually go crazy for the Pewdie spacers. But I never know. Kimberly says, totally a steal. All right. So now we're going to get into some things that I picked out from us. So this is the portion of the show that will help Len get back to Virginia. No pressure, y'all. But if you'd like to help, you can purchase. She's laughing over here. You can purchase from AB1 through now 4, because 5 has sold. Kimberly says worth every bit of 36 too. See?
I'll let you price next time.
Hey, you know what? That 24, that's a good tank of gas. Well, half a tank at least. This, oh wow, we did a good price on these. Is there still 4 of them there?
Let me check.
I'm going to give you an
Yeah,
even better
there's
price.
3.
Okay. I'm going to give you an even better price. We're going to go to $16. These were 24. Andrew says, otherwise Len just has to live with us. Sorry, Poopy. Uh, Marianne says, unfortunately, I need to eat. Marianne, well, you are almost on ramen. I was gonna say just have ramen fruit, but you are eating broth and some veggies. So I'm gonna give that one to you. We have 3 of these available. AB6. These were $24. They are now 16. These are a reconstituted green quartz. Reconstituted green quartz. They are lovely. Lovely. We've just sold one of the 4s. Thank you so much. Reconstituted green quartz. These are, oh no, I left my ruler. I'll be right back, y'all. You got it? It's on my desk if you can grab it. I was measuring Andrew's pendants earlier, and I left my ruler. I have one here, but I don't like it as much. The little lines, I feel like I can't read them. I don't know why. Thank you. I like these lines better. I don't know why that is. These are 10 millimeter. I was going to say that, but I wanted to be sure. 10 millimeter faceted, reconstituted green quartz. AB6 was $24 a strand. Now 16. Now 16. All right. AB7. Did I use my marker now? What did I do? Is this it? This one work? That's a bad marker. These were $2 each. I'm going to take them down to $1.50 each for y'all. And there are 9 of them. These are vintage Chinese ceramic beads. AB7. And they're these little roosters. Little rooster, vintage Chinese ceramic with flowers and butterflies. Roosters, flowers, and butterflies. You got the whole farm scene. Grasses. They're super dang cute. AB7. They were $2 each. $1.50 each only. $1.50 each. If you'd like those. AB7. These are going to go everywhere, aren't they? I'm just going to leave a few. We're going to put some of these back. Just drop them in there. Because those ones want to stay. The other ones did not. Now, I picked out some things today for Halloween / Christmas. All the holidays. These are $1.25 each, and I've got 5 of them. These are cats. Andrew says they'd go well with those ceramic check rooster buttons we had. Yeah, they would. Good memory, Andrew. Good memory. AB8. Cats. $1.25 each. Whoa. And these are 2-sided. They've got designs on both sides. Halloween cat attack now, cats. And we've got 5 of those, $1.25 each. All right. We're going to put away Len's kit. Move that over. We can find the bag. That's all right. Maybe that's right here. That'll work. I don't know if that's what it was in, but that'll work. Yeah. How are y'all doing out there? How's life? How's life? Lifing for y'all? Anybody else have any good weekend plans? Anybody else starting any good TV shows? I feel like fall is in the air. Now I'm like ready for all the good fall TV shows to start happening, right? Yeah, got the little bat. Drop those in there. All right. These are still available. Remember, everybody, if you'd like to help Len out, these are available until Saturday. Just until Saturday. That's also when the current D-Stash ends. The current D-Stash is up on Andrew Thornton Project D-Stash, and it ends on Saturday night as well. So if you'd like to get in on that, if you've missed out on anything, please check that out. All right. Whoa, these are just, I have, oh, there. I have my, let's do this the easy way. There we go. Stay in that train. Gotta corral the roosters. All right, AB9. This was $24. What is this? This is, ooh, these are vintage check. These are a cool thing. Wow, we really, wow. Okay. Gonna go. Gonna take it down. Gonna take it down, y'all. AB9. From 24 down to 17. We're dropping it like it's hot for y'all. Oh, we sold a 2 and a 3. 2 and a 3. Thank you so much. That means we have 1 3 still left, 7 2s, and 9 4s, and 4 1s. These are vintage. I believe they're vintage check. These are these kind of marquee cut top drill drops. Andrew's asking, did anyone do the AG live challenge from the other night? I can't even remember. What was the AG live challenge?
Button, using a
Oh,
button.
the button clasp. Yeah. See, Andrew remembered because Len's kit has a button to use for a button clasp. See how he pulled that together? I did not. I failed to notice or to make that remark. But look how long this is. This is my job right here. 16-inch strand. That's a long strand of check glass for $17, vintage especially. One available. Let me give you the measurements of these two. These are 12 by 8 millimeters. AB9. All right, I'm going to move this over. These ones are. You got it? Kimberly says, I used a button, but not as a clasp. Nobody's using buttons as a clasp.
Just me.
Just Len. I don't know, y'all. I think it's nice. Kimberly says, I made it a focal. That's nice too. Kim is here. Hello, Kim. Says, hi, all. Planning a friend's birthday for Sunday, working on menu and beaded goodies. What are the beaded goodies about? And what's the menu? I want to hear the menu. What kind of food are y'all having for a birthday over there? Kim says, is the design challenge only a day? I've been pondering a button design. No, you can post up the AG Live challenge anytime. Anytime. All right. AB10. AB10. Oh, these are nice. These are a vintage seed bead. 6 of them. All right. And they call these, are they black iris? Blue iris. Blue iris hex cut seed beads. Vintage blue iris hex cut seed beads. And they're pretty, y'all. Look at that. Kimberly says, I use them as clasps occasionally. Andrew says, let's make things interesting. Uh-oh. And he says that. I'll pick a winner from AG Live Challenge and announce it tomorrow. Oh, y'all, if you've used button as a clasp, Andrew's picking a winner. He's going to announce it during the make-along tomorrow. Kim says, oh, I thought it was to use a button not as a clasp. Yeah, it was to use a button as a clasp, y'all. Donna says, I have a bracelet I made that has a button clasp, and I will take a pic tomorrow. But you better, Donna, because you might be the only one. You might win by default if nobody else plays along. Andrew's gonna during the make along. Hopefully, Donna, you can join the make along with us if you're available. and hang out, and maybe you'll win. All right, so these are AB. I didn't put the, it helps if I put the paper up. AB10. They're $4 for the whole pack of these vintage blue iris hex cut seed beads. 6 packs available. These are, look how full they are. Those are packed full. Those packs are packed. Oh, this is kind of a, it's a ceramic, kind of Z-style bead. And we priced this at the ridiculously low price of $2. AB11. Z-style ceramic. One of these available, AB11. I love this kind of design. Kimberly says, well, I better dig out some beads and make something, right? Who knows what Andrew's going to be giving away too? Are you going to pick a winner? What are you giving for the winner, Andrew? He says, I'm just going to pick a winner. He says, I'm not getting anything. I'm sure he has a something. 38 millimeters by, if I can hold on. I've been a little clumsy today. 38, what's new? 38 by 15 millimeters. One of those available. Norma says, I have 2 at least. I'll track down the pics and post tonight. Kim says, button as a clasp, easy peasy. I'll make one of my beady birthday gifts with a button. Nice. Make sure you get it posted. Okay. Oh, I love these. These are so nice. For those of you who like smoky quartz and love high quality smoky quartz, this is it. This came from a really, really high quality vintage strand. Look at how beautiful those are. That one's got a little inclusion right there. That's how you know it's real, not glass, right? This one's got a little bit right there. Again, tells you that it's real. But look how beautiful that smoky quartz is. $10 each for these. $10 each. AB12. And these are approximately 30 millimeters long, but they're all a little bit different wide. This one happens to be about 13 millimeters. And I think this is the least chunky of the 3. $10 each, 3 of them available. Who out there loves the smoky quartz? I know some of you do. I know some of you are really loving the smoky quartz. Okay, I'm going to put the green reconstituted green quartz away. AB6, only $16, down from 24 per strand, vintage strands of the reconstituted synthetic green quartz. All right, I'm also going to put away the roosters. Nobody grabbed any of these. I can't believe it. Vintage Chinese ceramic rounds. Let's see here. Menu is deli sandwiches, blackberry goat cheese salad, and German pastries. That sounds like a good birthday party to me. I like that idea. We're going to go ahead and put these cats away. Nobody grabbed any of the cats. Still available, AB8. All right, let's move these down. Vintage check. Marquee cut drops. We've got the seed beads. It's a lot of seed beads for $4. AB 11, $2 for that Z-style ceramic, and then $10 each for the smoky quartz. Let's see, we just sold, what did we just sell? One of the 6s. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. Oh, that's such a good price. That's like
Crazy low.
it's crazy low. They are real. You can feel by the weight that they're real. AB13 hematite. Hematite long tubes. There's a little bit of a mix in here. There's some rounds in here, various sizes. There's some like rice beads. There's some long cylinders. It's a good eclectic mix. And you get the whole bag of them. I'll leave some out on the tray so you can see in the triangle. $10 only. There's only one lot available. And as Len said, it's heavy. You can tell that's real. That's not that fake hematite. That's real stuff. And you get that for $10 only. And we have one of these available at, this was 18. We'll drop it down to 14. Give you a little discount on those. My hands are so dry. I can tell the humidity is down. Like my hands are getting dry, my lips are drying out. These are a vintage check. They are a table cut, kind of tortoise shell, and they're also matted. So where they were table cut, they've been matte finished. And so you've got the glossy out, which is kind of usually the opposite. Usually it's matted on the out, and then where they table cut, it's glossy from the inside. They've done this the opposite way, which would make this probably an even more expensive process to do. But that's the way they've done it. And you get this one strand. It's all we've got of these. Very odd strand, 12-inch strand. And you get that for, or I'm sorry, these are about 15 millimeter. When you actually take it this way, they're about 13 millimeter beads by about 13 millimeter. And there's only one available, AB14. Jen says mattified. I know, right? Mattified. Andrew says you can take notes for my birthday. I know, right? Your birthday's coming up soon too. Everybody help us get a dumpster for Andrew's birthday. This is incredibly low priced, $6 again. This is a little cat polymer clay head that Andrew made. Oh, we've sold one of 10. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. This little cat polymer clay head. Super cute, flat on the back. Cat polymer clay by Andrew. It is a cabochon. You can glue on a bell if you want to. You can glue it to something else. But Andrew designed these little cat heads. We had a few of them. Each one was individually sculpted and decorated. $6 for that. AB 15. All right, let's put that one away. We got that. We got that. Oh, yes, this beautiful chunk of carnelian. Let me move these down so we make room for this. I can't believe no one has jumped on 13 by now already. All right, we've got this $14 we're going to price this at, which is low for the quality, but there we go. This is AB 16. This is this beautiful carnelian. Well, it's drilled, so it's a pendant. It's drilled top to bottom this way, but it's also flat on the back. So if you wanted to set this, you could set it. If you wanted to bead weave around it, you could do that. I actually think it's actually really beautiful on this side as well. I almost like the flat side better than the faceted side, but that's a personal thing. But it's really, really pretty. There's a lot of ways you could use this depending on what you do in your work. But this is about 35 millimeters by about 38 millimeters. And there's one of them available. Really, really pretty. Hand that to you. We'll move these down, make room here. Okay. Oh, that's crazy low too. All right. Everything is so, I'm like, what were we thinking when we priced some of these things? Some of these we've shown like once before, and I want to make sure like we try and give you the same prices when we can. It's not always possible, you know. The prices do fluctuate here, but we try and give you the deals. Andrew says, hold the carnelian up again, please. This side. Kimberly says that has some personality. This is the other side of the carnelian. Oh, we just sold 15. Thank you so much. So we'll put 15 away. That's the kitty cat from Andrew. Thank you so much. AB 17. This is a Lamport glass bead. I don't know from who. If Andrew remembers, he can let us know. It's only $18. And there is so much work in this. I have no idea. I think it's just because we didn't know who it was that it's priced at $18. But look at the insane amount of work that went into this. Between these little portions here being all different, like kind of cane work, and then there's a clear layer in the center that you can actually see through. It's clear. And then all of these dots up above, the colors, the mix. It is a really beautiful Lamport glass piece at $18. Andrew says put 16 in my pile. So 16, Andrew is abducting back into his pile. He says that's mine. He has plans for that. Kim says the back of that carnelian reminds me a little of those pinkish kites you sold a couple of days ago, in which I have a couple of. Yes, kind of does, right? So this Lamport bead is a little bit smaller. I mean, it's 26 millimeters by 15, but it is a beautiful, beautiful piece. Andrew says my veto power, LOL. Andrew vetoed 16, so 16 no longer exists, y'all. AB 18. Let's see. Ooh, it's a good price too.
I'm gonna see it with the lamp work.
With the lamp work?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Len wants to see 18 with 17. First, I'll show you 18. 18 are these vintage check glass drukes. The drukes are about it's an 11-inch strand, and they've got this beautiful metallic blue purple finish on a light green, almost prasiolite kind of colored glass. And Len wants to see it. See, it looks really nice with that. Look at that. Very, very nice combination. Andrew says, ooh, long strand. It is. And look how well it goes with that. That's wildly beautiful. $6. Andrew says they almost look like labradorite. They do. Vintage check glass drukes. And these are 5 millimeter beads, almost 5.5. So around 5.5 millimeter beads. All right. This is another pendant by Andrew. This is one that is a low price because it's an older price. AB 19 polymer clay pendant by Andrew. Now this could also be a connector if you wanted to drill in there on that side too, but it has one hole the way it's made to use it as a pendant. And this is very nice and thin, very light polymer clay, very cool design. And we've got this at 56 millimeters by 24 millimeters. Andrew said that's too cheap. I think he meant for this glass. It is too cheap at $6. Y'all are getting like the mega deal, but no one's grabbed it yet. So I'm surprised. Maybe everybody's waiting to grab stuff during the drop tomorrow. Maybe that's what everybody's waiting for. AB 19 is this, and this go together really well. For what, $24? For $24? Y'all, look at that. Look how pretty that is. All right. We just sold 18. Thank you so much. 18 has sold. Do that. And move 19 down. Oh no. Those. Next up, we've got these at $2 per pair. We've got 5 pairs.
Yes.
All right. And these are horn cylinders. Andrew says $6 to treat yourself. I know, right? That's a really good deal for that. And I'm really surprised they didn't get this with it because that's an awesome combination. Len was right. These are horn cylinders. They are carved horn and really pretty. We had some horn, was it last night or the night before? They're really oddly shaped horn. These would go really well with that. I should have showed them together. But they are still available, I believe. And we have these sold in pairs, $2 a pair. These are about 19 millimeters by 10. 19 by 10 millimeters. And 5 pairs available, 2 of them shown here. All right. Let's give you that. Thank you. I'm going to give you these 2. We're going to get rid of 12s, these beautiful smoky smokies. Nobody wants any of those beautiful high-end smoky quartz. AB12, $10 each. 3 of them still available. Somebody tried to grab the Drooks again. Sorry, they are sold. Sold out. Let's move this down. Move this down. This down. 19 down and 20 down. Marion says it was last night. Thought it was last night. $8 each. These are lampwork beads. So we had some fancier ones on yesterday or the day before. They were $14 each. These are similar, but these ones are $8 each. They don't have the little bubbles in them. The other ones have those little, from poking them, they get the little bubbles. These ones are also a little bit more brown than they are a little bit more brown. The other ones were a little bit more red purple. Somebody just tried to grab the Drooks again. Sorry, they are sold. And we've got 2 of these, $8 each. Beautiful lampwork glass beads. These are 10 millimeters. No, that's not right. Read the ruler, William. 15 millimeters by about 6. 15 by 6 millimeters. These would go beautifully with these, for example, beautiful brown colors together. I could see you doing these together like that. How beautiful those are. Gorgeous. Oh, we sold 17. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. 17 goes back. All right, let's move these down. Move these down. Whoa. You just want to roll down the rolling. Proud Mary came on my radio yesterday, and I haven't heard that in such a long time. And I was like screaming it at the top of my lungs driving through Ligonier. Love the glow and swirls on those lampies, says Jen. I know these ones, yes. Aren't they cool? Very beautiful beads. Gorgeous color. They remind me of an eye, right? Like brown with a little bit of almost a little hint of green or opalescence. Maybe that's not great for your eye. If your eye's turning that color, maybe that's not great, but they are pretty. They are very pretty. I love the opalescence in there, in that glass with the brown. Only $8 each, 16 for the pair. If that makes it sound better for y'all. $3 each. How many of them do we have?
9.
9 of them. We have 9 of these available. These are $3 each. These are blue chalcedony. We're selling these individually, and this is a little variety that you can see here. We have 9 total, and beautiful blue chalcedony. Some of it, most of it, I think, still has some of the matrix left on it, or around it. We've got some pieces that are a little bit more blue. We've got some pieces that have, these are my favorites, the ones that have the kind of matrices with them. I like this kind of stone, but that one's almost like a druzy, like probably maybe if you'd polish, there might be a little bit of a druzy in there. Look at that shape coming through. But these are drilled top to bottom this way. And there are 9 of them available, $3 each. I'm just going to size this one for you so you have an idea. About 25 by about 27 millimeters. AB 22. Let's see here. Budget should be a 4-letter word, says Marianne. It is here. That's why we don't talk about it. Right? Budget's a 4-letter word here. We don't talk about that nasty business. So we don't talk about that nasty business here. Let's see here. AB 13, $10 going away. Oops. 13. AB 14, we're going to put that one away as well. And wow. Andrew priced this, I think, at one time. He did this at only $18. And I'm going to move this over. I'm going to move these. I'm going to put these actually in here because they keep wanting to roll. Move those down. Move these down. Move these down. And then AB 23. This is, maybe I should have used the triangle for this. I think these are not roly. You get all these different stone beads in this little assortment that Andrew put together once upon a time. And you have things like the serpentine or jade. I think it's serpentine here. And then, whoop, and then I don't know what all of these stones are, but a lot of them are kind of square-ish or rectangular-ish cut. And really, really pretty. Great to have. I love kind of like either these kind of blocky things to put into designs once in a while. Sometimes you just want a big bead in there. I also love the irregular or simple cut stuff that's just as is. Cindy says Damages is the name of the show we're watching. Is that an old show? I feel like I watched Damages like many, 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 many years ago, but maybe I'm thinking of something else. Jennifer's asking, is 21 and 22 good together? These ones? What do you think, Jen? Let's put one with the brown, actually. How about that lusciousness? Jen's asking with Glenn Close. Yes, that's the one. Damages. Look at these. Look how that brown brings out that darker brown in there, and the blue brings out those blue swirls and the opalescence. So pretty. So pretty together. Good eye, Jen. AB 19. We're going to move this down so we make some more room here. Move this out. Move this over. Moving on up. Jefferson's. That's another show I like to watch. This is a lot of rocks for $18 right there, y'all.
You mentioned that.
Oh yeah, this is the one that I was mentioning. Len found it. It still is available. AA20. So I was talking about these with these. So if you had these and you wanted those, but you needed something to go with them, this is a really good extra to get these. Or Andrew mentioned these yesterday, how they are so light. They're great for earrings. So you can make some fun earrings. These are also very light and would be great for some earrings. So you can see. There you go. All right, let's put that back. That was AA20 from yesterday, from 32 down to 26, if anybody's still interested. Thanks, Lynn. All right. Let's give you a little deal on this, even though I shouldn't, because it's priced really well. I'll just give you a little one, though. This is one of Harry's bowls, Harry Wood, AB24. Look at this beautiful bowl. Isn't that stunning? Stunning, stunning, stunning. I don't know. Does this look good? Look at that. Beautiful bowl. This is the other side, the underside. This is AB24, was $24. I'm going to bring it down to 22. I can't do much on it because 24 is already a really good deal for that. Bringing it down to 22, and really, really pretty bowl from Harry Wood. Harry Wood Ceramics. All right, maybe 25. We got a Lamport glass collection, was 20. Let's give you a little deal. Let's do it even more. Let's bring it down even a bit more for you. We had it at 18 at one point. I'm gonna bring them down to 16 tonight for y'all. This is a little Lamport glass collection. AB25, you get all 5 beads for $16. And they are really, really fun. Polka dotty. Polka dot. They remind me of my bowls. My little polka dots everywhere. This one's stripy. How pretty that is. It's got that kind of teal core with that blue and clear canework glasswork around it. That's gorgeous and not easy to do. There's the teal with the polka dots. And then more polka dots. You got these to kind of make a nice solid pair with. And then you've got this one, which has the little bumpies, but also with the blue backgrounds. So really stunning, gorgeous beads. I'll measure one. They're all very similar. They're all very similar in size. They're about 12 millimeters. Cindy says, yes, old. Yeah, I think if I remember correctly, I liked Damages, but I don't remember. I'm terrible at remembering things like shows. But for some reason, I feel like we really watched that and I really liked it. Um, do, 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 do. Ba, ba, ba. Okay, so let's see here. Somebody grabbed one of 21 and one of 22. Thank you so much. One of 21 and one of 22. Which one did I think I picked this one with it? I think I was holding it because they wanted the ones I was holding together, and I think it was these two. So we're just gonna put that in a bag right away. All right. Oh, Leslie's going good night. Good night, Leslie. And the person who claimed that, we're putting your name on it, putting it in the bag for you, so that those are already claimed. And we have this one left, and we have these. We have 9 of these available, actually. If you want to, where do we have? We have those up here. Yeah. So you all can see. I think that is really the only other one I would say is if maybe this one. This one might be a better match. I kind of like the other one because it's got that hard edge on it, but if you're looking to match them, this might be the better one. So if that person that claimed it wants this one instead, let me know. The rest of these are pretty blue. So if you're looking for the kind of just the blue opalescent, there's this one too. It's got a little bit of brown on the edges, but yeah, this is a kind of a chunkier stone though. Oh, Jen's already confessing, sold myself on this. So I can say, Jen, if you prefer this one, let me know and I'll switch it. But it is a chunkier stone. So if you wanted a thinner stone, the other one's the better way to go. We've just sold 25, the Lamport glass set. Thank you so much. That away. Thank you. Thank you. And again, Leslie, good night. Hope you have a great evening. Kind of got caught up, didn't get to say that. All right. I keep losing my. Okay. AB 26. These. There are two of them available. These are 18. These are large vintage check glass. They are big strands and they are big beads. And they're rounds that have been like smushed. They kind of remind me of a I don't know, maybe like a little gnocchi. They're rounds that have been smushed like that, but they are big. If you like big check glass and vintage stuff, these are gorgeous. Really, really pretty beads. Whoa, as I knock the stand over here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 beads on the strand. The beads themselves, I don't know wherever you're going to find these, y'all. 15, 16, about 17 millimeter beads and long strands for vintage check. 10 to 11 inch strands. AB 26. We've got only 2 of those left. We never had many of them to begin with. That's kind of a rare find of something that big in a strand that large in a vintage check, especially in like a translucent green. So there they are, AB 26, $18, priced really well for y'all. $18 is cheap for that. AB 26. I'm gonna do that. Thank you. See. All right, taking these two. So those go in there. Says I want both. Okay, we'll get you both. Thank you. So this actually, we're gonna have to figure that out, but we'll figure that out later. We're gonna take these. Thank you. And that goes there. Andrew says, I'm making potatoes to go with more potatoes. Nice. There's nothing wrong. You can make potatoes for me all day. I will thank you for any potatoes ever. If you ever have me over to visit, potatoes are fine. Oh no, where'd it go? Did it go under?
Yep.
There it is. Oh, I like these. I know some of y'all really like these too. These are hand painted shell and they're incredibly inexpensive. We got them so many years ago The person who was having this done or was doing this has passed away. But these are hand painted shell. Ooh. And then they're kind of they're lacquered over in a way. They are sealed up. But this is a beautiful little butterfly on this tiny little shell. The shells themselves are beautiful. They are drilled, so you can use them as a bead. They're drilled top to bottom this way. But look at that stunning little butterfly, hand painted, gorgeous. And this bead is 11 by 16 millimeters. 11 by 16 millimeters, only $7.50. All right. And AB 28. Oh, let's see, $1.25 each. And we've got multiples of these available. AB 28. These are these scarecrows and these little scarecrow charms or pendants. They're really super cute. They don't work. They're not working very well because they've got the crows on them. They're not scaring many of those crows away, but they are super dang cute. And there are multiples available, $1.25 each. Let me actually put each on there so I don't confuse anyone. Anderson, supposedly these were painted by icon painters. So there you go. $7.50. All right. We've got these as well. These are $1 a pair. And I think somewhere we have more than one of these. I don't know where. So we at least have one for y'all. I don't know if Andrew remembers where the other ones are, but these are these jack-o'-lantern. These are dyed magnesite and they're drilled top to bottom. And you get $1. They're $1 for both of them, $1 a pair. And if we get more than one request for these, I will try and find the rest. Marion says it's not easy to scare a crow. I know. There was this huge crow that was eating some roadkill on my way to my pottery class yesterday, and it was gigantic, and it was dragging the roadkill off the road. Cars were coming. It did not care. It did not care. And so there's a bag of them on the soap display by our okay. I was thinking it might be there, but I didn't get a chance to look for a left. So we do have more than one of these. Multiple pairs available. AB 29. AB 30. So cute. We're gonna do this. This is so is this lamp work or is this I feel like this is a plastic. A little resin thing. We're gonna do this at $1.50. AB 30. Oop, I'm running out of room here. Jen says my chooser stalled and refused to choose just one. I get it. These are super dang cute. There's only one of these. I believe this is a resin little charm. It's a little panda with a little bamboo. Super cute. And we have about 20 by 14 millimeters, $1.50. We're going to take these off. Thank you. AB 22. We'll take these off as well. Anderson, there's some cute pewter jack-o'-lantern pieces next to them. Let's see here. We've got someone claiming Make sure it looks like somebody new. I don't know if you're out there or you're sending from a new email address. Just make sure we know who you are. Send us your name because I don't have any names in the email. And I didn't check to see if the email was a name. I just see a new email coming in. Whoa, whoa. Right there. There you go. Thank you. Marion says I actually saw a heron at the lake this morning. Nice. I like seeing the herons. Nobody got 26. That's wild to me. Or 27. At those prices, I'm really surprised. We've sold one of 29. We've also sold 30 to our new friend. So we're gonna go ahead and put that away. I'll grab that from you. Oh, here's, yep. We've got 3 of these available. I'm gonna do these at $2 each. 3 of them available. Oh, Laura said, oh, so I'm sorry, women, there's been for 29 and 30. Okay, that's okay, as long as I know. Just so I know. I'll remember that. All right. AB 31. Christmas tree charms or pendants. Aren't those fun? How do they look on? Ooh, they look good on camera. I was gonna say they're nice in person. I hope they look good on camera. They're one-sided. They're a little pewter pendant. And that's AB 31, $2 each only. And this is 25 millimeters by at the widest about 15. Let's see here. Laura says I can send it again if you want. Let me just check. Oh no, I just pulled the email up. I can see the name, so that's okay. I'll know who it is. Thank you though. Marion says that was the first one I've seen there. Nice. I used to love when we'd see blue herons that are like at the house, but it was not an every year occurrence. It was kind of rare that we'd see them. And what do we got next? These are fun. 2 of these, $2 each. 2 strands available. We're gonna go to 35, y'all, just because we added Len's first 5. We're gonna do 30 of our own. AB 32. These are fun. These are completely like a resin. There's no stone, they're not glass. But they are super fun. They're like a little party popper. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. They're really cool. Little red disco balls. They're great if you're working with kids. These are the kind of things I try and point kids toward because kids are so hard on jewelry. So if you're designing with nieces, nephews, grandkids, these are super fun. I know the kids right now are liking the bling and the wild colors. I know my nieces and nephews are. Sparkly things, glittery things, wild colors. So those are really cool. Only $2 a strand, and there's 2 strands available. Those are 12 millimeter beads approximately. AB 32. We've sold all of 31. So thank you so much. All the Christmas trees are gone. Let's put these away. Thank you. Move this down. AB 33. $3 each. And we've got 6 of them. $3 each. These are cheap. Normally in the store, I'd price these at $6. So this is like half price. These are a serpentine stone, and they are this weird, I don't know how, like they're like faceted here and I don't even know if you call that a facet. It's like rounded out here and here, but on this side, like here and here and here. They're just a really cool wavy stone. They do the edges on one side at like a diagonal, and then they do the sides on the other side. And they're really cool. There are 6 of them available. They're $3 each only. Like I said, these would be about $6 in store, because they'd be like a pendant. These are 30 by 40 millimeters. Marianne's going good night. Good night, Marianne. Because the geese are off eating, so maybe it felt more comfortable. Yeah, that could be. They do like very still water and areas usually. And so those actually go with some of your bright dyed pink chalcedony. These, maybe it could, if you wanted to be fun and play around with mixed um, things like stones, chalcedony, and the vintage kind of resin look. We have these, $3 each. We've got 3 of them available. So we had we've had all different shapes of these over the last few days. First for Len's picks, Len had these in I think a longer drop. Thinner, yeah, thinner, longer drop. Yesterday we had them in squares and rectangle shapes, and another one too, I think. And so this is the last, I think the last one. No, we have one more coming up. So we have it in this shape, this kind of more regular drop shape. And these are these beautiful pearly shells. It's kind of like a satiny gorgeousness going on these. $3 each, 3 of those available. And the last one tonight, we have them at $3 each. And we have 4 of them available. And I'll put this down here. These are this shape, kind of a long rectangle. And I love these. Look how pretty these are. This one in particular, it's got the bling, it's got the color in that. But they have almost this like satiny matte kind of look to them. They're really delicate looking, but they're actually pretty thick. These would be very strong. They are not delicate to use, which is nice. And so if you missed any of those over the last few days, we've had different shapes. These, I think, are the last 2 shapes of these that we've had. So we've shown them all over the last 3 days. And there they are. Sorry, you can't really see those very well, huh? Didn't realize that was off camera. There we go. Kimberly said these are so cool. I know, especially like these are a very odd shape. These are a very odd shape. And then these are kind of a more normal shape. But we've had this, I like the squares and the rectangles, those kind of wider ones that we had yesterday too. And they are pink, says Kimberly. I know, they're really pretty, I think. Sorry, I'm losing my voice, y'all. Let's see. Jen says 35. Yep, 35, because we did 5 for Lennis at the beginning, and now we have we just went to 35 to complete that. It says, oh, I was fooled and thought the 4 was a 9. No, 34. I know. You're dealing with eye stuff, eye surgery stuff. So we'll let that slide, Jen. We'll let that slide. But that's it for tonight, y'all. I cannot wait to go home and have some potatoes upon potatoes and some halushki tonight. So thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. We will not have a live tomorrow unless I do a live from the shop. And that's always a possibility that I'll do a live during the afternoon tomorrow. But it is the creative make-along. And every single time we have a creative make-along, I get at least a few people asking, are you doing a live tonight? So there will be no live tomorrow night. The creative make-along takes its place, but I may do a live during the afternoon. We'll see. I may come live in the afternoon just to tell people and remind them there's a creative make along and no live. Kimberly says, reminder for tomorrow's drop, bookmark the website if you haven't already. Yes, Andrew's drop is happening at 7 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow with his beautiful pendants. Maybe I should show you. Should I show them, Andrew, some of the pendants, or show them one of the pendants at least to give a little teaser? Y'all want to see a teaser of tomorrow? Did you check out Andrew's page? Andrew's asking, can you bring my X-Acto blade and healing mat? They're on the bench across from Len's. Please pour the silver on a piece of paper. Please pour the silver on a piece of paper. Len's going to do that now, I think. Kim says, good night, all. Y'all want to see one of Andrew's pendants? Did y'all see them? Let me see if I can. I have them. I think I have them packed away. Andrew says show them. So I'm going to go ahead and get them. I'll be right back. Don't go, y'all, unless you absolutely have to. But let me show you what Andrew's debuting tomorrow. Okay. You want to see these, everybody? Andrew, should I show them all or just should I show them just one or two? What do you think? What are you thinking, Andrew? What do you think I should do? All of them or just one or two? There are 15. That might be a lot. That might be a lot to show. What do y'all think? You want to see them? I know Kimberly wants to see them. Kimberly's said good night, but then said yes. So are you staying? You gonna stay and see? Okay, hold on. Let me make some space here real quick. I'll make some space real quick. I'll just move these right up out of the way. Let's do it this way. Make that space quicker, then quick. Okay. Andrew says, I showed them all, but they look better moving. Okay. So what I'm going to do is they're already in the online store, y'all. They're waiting there for us. They all have numbers. So if you want to take down that number, I don't know if it's any faster than really hunting down the actual image tomorrow, but if you want to take down the number of the one you want, if you type that in the online store, it'll go directly to that. This is S2023. So these are enamel on copper. They're all signed by Andrew on the back. Enamel on copper with, this is actually fine silver foil that he has cut out in shapes. It's a fine silver foil cut out in shapes that this process that he does actually turns the silver into a golden color. Isn't that wild? So it takes fine silver and makes it golden in color. And they are stunning. So that's one of them. And we have this one. They're going to go down in descending order, 2022 now. Isn't that so pretty? There's a little bit of you can see a little bit of a purple color in there too. It's just so pretty. Don't they look good moving? And then Andrew said it's thicker than silver leaf. So it's not thin, but that's a lot of work to get those shapes on foil. All right. Kimberly's saying dragonfly. There is one in here, right? It's a foil almost thick as aluminum foil called Jinbari. Look at that. It's imported from Japan. Look at that kind of twilight purpley. Oh, it's so pretty. Purpley black sky that you sometimes get. Super beautiful. And then this is 18. S2018. Kimberly says, so stinking cool. Andrew says, I was inspired by Japanese fabrics and papers. Aren't they cool? Isn't that awesome? What do y'all think? I shouldn't ask that. I'm not supposed to ask that, right? Particularly ones with gold thread embossing, says Andrew. You know, Andrew never asked what people think. He's like, because then they might tell me. I love this one. Love that. That was 16. 15. One of my favorites. One of the few creatures. A lot of them are leaves, ferns, things like that. It's one of the few creatures. It's 14. Jen says like starry, like a starry sky, but with natural things as stars, right? Isn't it cool? I can just they remind me of like in the fall, like you just see these things fly, the leaves falling through the tree, falling through the air, falling off the leaves or falling off the trees with the dark twilight background. It's just like these are blowing in the wind. It's really pretty. Andrew says, well, it's because I don't care. I don't mean that in an offensive way. Just that I make things to make me happy. If others are happy too, that's good. If not, oh well, at least one person is happy. Kim says, just gorgeous. Well done, Andrew. Love the aubergine background too. Where's that? Sorry, I am showing them all. You all get the sneak preview. It's really pretty. I love these. I don't know which one's my favorite. I love the rabbit, but I also love some of these leaves and ferns. And Susan says beautiful. So these will all be debuting in the online store at 7:00 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. And there's the bird. Andrew says you have to fire it hotter and longer to get that mulberry color to come through. Kimberly says these are amazing. So that's the lot of 15 of those. As I said, they will be debuting tomorrow during the drop on the website at allegorygallery.com. If you're looking for the link for the Zoom call tomorrow for the Creative Make-Along, that link is in the email. I put a button right in the email for y'all. But if you don't have the button in the email, you can go to our blog on our website and look for the 2026 Creative Make-Along post. And it's 1 or 2 pages back, but you can find it there. And it makes it easy for you to grab. We try to make it not too easy because sometimes you get spammers in there, and we don't want any surprises. We just want people who actually want to be there to be there. But you can find it on our blog in the 2026 Make Along post that we made. Like I said, it's a page or two back, but it's at the very bottom of that page. There's a link to the design challenges group first, and then there's a link to the Zoom call. But if you got our email today, there's a button to press that should take you right into Zoom, and get you into the thing. So that's that, y'all. If you have any questions, please send us an email, info@allegorygallery.com. And we hope to see you on the make along tomorrow. Like I said, I may do a live during the day, but that depends how busy I am and what's going on. But we'll definitely be on the Zoom call with you. And if you're in town, visit us at the shop Friday. Visit us at the convention center, the War Memorial in Johnstown for Johnstown Pride on Saturday. And I'll be back in the shop on Sunday. All right. We'll have a D-Stash on Sunday night as usual. If you didn't check out this week's D-Stash, there's some really nice things that Andrew put up there, and you can check that out. It's at Andrew Thornton Project D-Stash on Facebook. You can claim through Saturday evening there as well. And that's it. All right. If we don't see you on the make along tomorrow and we don't see you in the D-Stash, we'll see you on Monday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time for the next live. All right, everybody, have a great one, and we will see you again soon.